Hello, hello, everyone. We just went live on Sunday. Thank you all for tuning in. We're going to wait a moment and let some people get notified. YouTube notifies people, but sometimes it's a little bit late. So not quite centered. That's okay. Hello, Stephen. Say hi in the chat if you like. Say hello, hello. Where's that? How many more we got? All right, we got more people coming in. Thumbs up if you like, folks. Let's get some few people in, and we'll go ahead and start talking about some ideas about tonight. Hey, Nay, what's going on, girlie? Good to see you in here. Good deal. So sometimes people write in with questions, and tonight we have a question. So I wanted to go ahead and knock the question out first, and then we'll get into some other stuff. And of course, as always, if you have any questions, you can type them in the chat, and I will. I'll get to it. What is that? Oh, it's my calendar. Okay. So the question comes from Alex, and Alex writes, "Why do I need to have a belief system?" Okay, and that's really a great question if you think about it. We're birthed with no understanding of creation. You have to take into account complete separation. Let's say an Arcturian child is birthed, or an Essassani child is birthed. They don't know anything about Essassani. They're not mature, right? They learn the ways of their world, as all evolutionary creatures do, as part of the experience. Now, I point out Arcturians and Essassani because they're the same evolutionary idea that we are. There are some species that have a completely different idea of what kind of knowledge they come in if they're doing the birth and death cycle. Okay? Hey, Sally. Hey, Zinga. Yeah, hi, Zinga. I love you too, darling. So, it's good to, yeah, there you are. It's good to see you, hon. So I want you to understand, when a human is born, we don't understand or remember anything. When an Arcturian is born, there's a knowing, a wholeness within the child. The child is still experiencing itself, but it doesn't have an absence of self, if you will. Humans, we don't have the presence of our awareness, our knowing of ourselves, in that supported, if you would, feeling of wholeness. We're born separated. That's why it is the most terrifying thing when you birth here. It is a very, very scary event for all children. And of course, the children don't portray it because they don't know how. But it's in the inside. What is that? It's my dishwasher. Okay. But in the inside, there's a very frightful thing going on being birthed. The initial idea of not knowing you're a creator, and you just got done with an infinity amount of knowing I am, right? So in this structure of separation, you have no fulfillment. We gather as we live as our human, these points of view. See, like I'm gonna show you something. You asked the question, Alex, why do we need to have a belief system? That structure that motivated that question that thought process that brought that question to the palette of humanity was motivated by a belief system. Okay? And now a belief system is a polarized idea. It's a point of view. It's something that you defend. It implies doubt. It has a lot of things. But why do we need it? Well, without it, what would we understand as creation? We would be empty. So when we're birthed born, we covet. Moms and dads, we hear, we start taking in energy, and we start to learn. Because we're natural learners, we're natural evolutionists. We all have minds, we all have intuitions, we all are calculated different, or we're wired different, but on the mass, we're wired kind of the same. That's why they shovel us in this idea of this umbrella idea of education. You know, it's just ludicrous, but that's humans' evolution. But Alex, without a belief system, you don't get the experience, is what I'm getting to. Without the belief system, you don't get human. You get an Arcturian experience, an Ascension experience, a Zephyr experience, a Zeta Reticuli experience. You get a wholeness, and you're just incarnating as that dynamic in your own way, and it's exceptional and it's beautiful. But this is just a completely different system. This is separation, where you gather your personality according to what? Your environment. No one is born a racist. We're taught racism. Everyone is born separated. We're taught these things. We're taught lack. Lack. Think of a person that lives poor, and all these things around him. And you know, here comes a good person to saying, I know it's tough for you and your environment, and you're eating government cheese, and you live in a very difficult neighborhood, and there's a lot of things around you. But if you do the right thing and be moral, you'll have a great life. And they don't have a great life. They have a suffering life. They have a lackful life. And then that belief system is challenged on the good things about how we're supposed to morally behave and shit like that. Hey, James, there you are. And how we're supposed to morally behave and all this stuff. And the belief system is challenged because it's birthed in lack, and it's represented in this world of all these things. And you're wondering why we have crime. You're wondering why people are hungry and they go out and steal for food. And of course, they steal for fucking drugs too, because their life is so lackful. And that's a belief system of emptiness. See, that's the experience, Alex. We don't get this life if we don't have separation. Separation covets ideology. Ideologies are belief systems that you stand on, good or bad. People think it's wrong for me to be trans. People think it's great for me to be trans. Who's right? Everybody is fucking right. Because that's the way they're perceiving reality. They're getting the experience. Don't think about what's it doing and what's it about. All that's distraction. That's just keeping you away from what it is. The fucking experience is what it is. It's the experience. Yes, Gillian, rather, I am in my new place. I love it. It's fantastic. So without the belief systems to give us a positive and negative, we have no human experience. We have an experience of unconditional. But separation gives us the coveting idea. So if I'm born in this country, in this culture, I have these beliefs because they were represented. Mom says I'm this, dad says I'm this, my teacher says I'm this guy says it is, this politician says this. Where do I want to choose? Whatever feels right with me, I choose. I get reinforcement, I get resistance. I have a human fucking ride. Don't make it a big deal. You're making it a big deal maybe because you're angry. They suck. They hurt. I had a realization. I take Greek lessons, right? You know, mom's Greek, and she was so busy learning English, she didn't speak Greek to me. And I wanted to really learn the language, and I can hear it and listen to it and speak a little bit, la-di-da-di. I can get by if I needed to. Anyways, but the point is, the point is I'm taking these Greek lessons and I discovered something in myself. This is a belief system. When I have a teacher, they're the authority. And I was scrutinized so much, ridiculed, criticized, found to be wrong in incredible amount growing up, I couldn't even participate in the exercise me and my teacher were going through because I wasn't sure what I was supposed to do. And she goes, it's simple, just do this. And I was like, I can't just do that. And then I realized, wow, look how strong that belief is. I am so fucking scared of rejection with whatever my belief says is an authority. Teachers, classrooms, they're authorities. I got ridiculed. And they sent home notes home. They do things. I get punished. I can't do wrong. See, that's a core belief. I don't fucking deserve to have my own mind in the presence of this. I have to be guided every fucking step of that's huge recognition, isn't it? And that's a belief system. See, we get these belief systems so we can experience a dualistic reality filled with conditions that we place upon ourselves unbeknownst to us because we're fucking separated. And that's the game. It's the quality of the game. It's the way we play human. A fantastic fucking game of evolution. But when you recognize your belief systems, which I did, I got angry about it. I got mad about it. I got depressed about it. I went through all of my absolute surrendering emotions that they brought to me as I accepted that realization at such a core level. It's like, my God, I'm still harboring. I couldn't even say the most simplest fucking thing because I was so afraid of being wrong. Look at me. I just saw you, you motherfucker. I just saw my own belief system. Absolutely phenomenal. I want to see that because then I, the creator of my beliefs, again, when I was a child, coveted, spoon-fed by my parents, by this, by society, I have an opportunity. I have a fucking opportunity. I have an opportunity to transcend that belief and take it down and allow it to become transcendent within me. And then when I know it as me, surrender to it, then I don't have to choose it. I won't react that way anymore. I won't react that way. Hey, Victor. Hi, sweetie. I won't react that way. See, it's about, for me, it's like enlightenment. I'm looking in my kingdom, and my kingdom is a relationship. It's not, the things on the walls and it's not the stage. Okay, physical reality is just the fucking stage. That's all it is. The whole game's being played in here. We play it out on the stage for the experience of physicality, right? But it's all going on in here. So if I'm looking at myself in my kingdom, enlightenment, and I see my truths, my beliefs, Alex, that I bought from my parents that I'm less than, then God is mad at me because I sinned. I was like, wow, I didn't even know I sinned. That's crazy. I just got here and I'm already fucked. Golly gee willikers, Batman. What do? I repent. I do everything I'm supposed to do, and I hate myself. That's no way to be. That was a belief. So I had to recognize that's a belief. That's not standard. That's fear. Forcing me, scaredy cat, crazy mixed up fucking woman, when I was a little child, just fucking nuts inside of my head, trying to figure out where I'm supposed to do, how I'm supposed, okay, this is right. Oh, that's right. Okay, and now I'm cleaning up the kingdom. Okay, you guys have to clean up your fucking house. It ain't anyone else. It's all you. It's all me. It's all inside my head. It's all right here. I'm the relationship to reality, creating my experience. Me, and only me. Whatever anyone does that triggers me is my relationship of truth to the unconditional that that person just enacted. I don't care if they've done anything good, bad, or indifferent is irrelevant. The action that anyone, including you, is and ever shall be unconditional. Unconditional masters. Everything we do is unconditional. It's only up here when you place your slant on it, when you buffer it, when you dull it, when you brighten it up. That's your relationship. And then you get a what? You get a experience. You get a feeling, don't you? You feel this way. You feel that way. Interpreted by belief systems. If those belief systems are positive and negative, you have a positive and negative experience here on earth. But what happens if you transcend beliefs and you return to the unconditional nature of yourself, the persona, not the personality, not the one that makes claims, not the one that always fucking repeats itself and just does all this and says that and doesn't have the balls to fucking change themselves? Then you get that life. Not right or wrong. That's you creating your reality. And you can bitch, hem, haw about it at all. It's still you. And then when you recognize you have choice, and choice creates different. And when you see a belief, transcend it into a knowing. Transcend it into a knowing. Let's talk about that for a second, because maybe that's not clear. It's like when you become familiar with something, right? So if I have an anxiety, a fear, an anger, obligation, and responsibility, I have a belief systems between me and an object. So that object is a dependency because it's very valuable to me. See, now we have all of these realities around us with a million objects in them every fucking day, and you only value about what, 10%? Maybe you value the clouds for a little bit, or the sunshine for a little bit, or the trees are nice, or a squirrel's nice. But day-to-day cars, the day-to-day sidewalks, you don't value those ideas because they're not a thing, they're common. But there's something about your belief systems that say, I need to be noticed, I need to be fed, I need to feel alive, I need to be worthy because I'm empty. My ego, you all heard this on my channel. So you target these valuable ideas, right? So through this action, say like this person, this dependency, someone valuable to me, could be a boss, could be a funny little honey of yours. It could be a friend, a bestie, or just, someone in the store like a cashier, or, just anyone that you have a relationship with, whether it's invested in time, which of course are more difficult, or just a new one, right? But there's still maybe a relationship of service, a plumber or something like that, okay? It doesn't matter. You have a belief system with them when you're human. They're supposed to act in a certain way upon your expectations. So what happens if that underperforms? Then you might get ruffled. See, that reaction is your conditioning, which is your belief. Now, we want to transcend that from a belief into a knowing. When I know something, I'll never do it again because I know it. How many of you would dare go back to first grade, and don't make any bullshit jokes, be honest here, this is a mature class. Go back to first grade and repeat that for the rest of your fucking life. You get bored out of your fucking skull because you know it. See, you know things. You want more. You are a natural, constant change. I want more food. I want more reality. Please, reality, smash into me so I may know myself. Right? So we do that, and we look for things that might fill us, and we think about them and perceive, oh, that would make me happy. This would be better, or avoid that. That would be bad. And then we navigate through our belief systems. But when you recognize a belief and you surrender to it and say, my God, look at that. I am unworthy of my own truth in front of my teacher. I can't speak my truth because I'm afraid I will be wrong. Because I was taught everything I did was a sin. It was bad. I'm less than. I underperformed for my parents. I wasn't like my brother. La-di-da-di, victimization, the whole fucking kit and caboodle. Here I am now saying, I get it. That's my belief that I have to surrender to. And when I mean surrender, guys, I don't mean, oh yeah, that's me. I mean, you have to be so humble and so surrendered, it has got to hurt. If it doesn't hurt, then you're not transcending it. It's got to hurt you. It's got to hurt you because you realize that action is you. You're the one giving yourself the pain. Not your fucking fault. Don't ever forget you were born separated. So the guy that's born in a impoverished neighborhood and has limited opportunity, you know, and then of course people say, well, anyone can climb out of anything. Yes, they can. They can. But they can't understand what's inside the kingdom, right? So you can't look at another as anything but their own potential. And they must have representation, not preachers. Not preachers. They must have representation of authenticity. Preachers just lead them to another belief. No preachers. So this person is born into this world, and then you have a Kardashian that's born into that kind of idea. What do you think they're going to have? Two different belief systems, right? Two different outlooks on life. You know? You don't save these people. You represent to them their worthiness, transcendence, understanding through internal intuition, internal acceptance. When you become everything that you are, you become everything that you realize that you are, every single ounce of it. You become it by full submergence into that, surrendered into that self. You will know transcendence. You will know the truth of that relationship, and then you'll never be it again. You'll never, ever do it again. Now, you don't transcend fear the first fucking time, anxiety the first time. You have to work your way through it through many experiences. It's a journey. Our society is taught get rich quick schemes, get it now with credit. I want it now. Don't wait. Don't delay. Hurry up. You might miss it. All this crap. And it's crap. It's bullshit. Slow down and enjoy the ride. You're only here for maybe 100 years, 80 years. Jesus, that's nothing compared to eternity. I know you don't feel that, though. It feels like forever when day to day is drudging. It's hard work to be a human. You have to do things. You're afraid. You have all these belief systems. If I don't work, I don't get money. If I don't get money, I'm going on the street. I better go to work. I have to get some money. I have to earn. What kind of a species? What kind of a species makes each other pay for food or wait for charity? A separated species. One that doesn't understand itself as whole, one that is opposed to its brothers and sisters, one that is outside of itself, creating these beliefs of rights and wrongs, yeses and nos, and who's not. That's the mastery of humanity, Alex. You must see this is why, this is what the game is, and we couldn't wait to get here. We couldn't wait to get here and be it, especially this time. This is the most epic time to be, because look at all the chaos in the world. The chaos isn't bad. The chaos is only working itself out. We got another 100 years of fucking getting it all out of our system, and then we're like, holy shit, guys, there's something better here. We're a unity. We're a collective. Maybe we can start to understand each other, you know, and start being a collective instead of a division. We got work to do. And the work is internal enlightenment. Stop fixing the world. The world isn't broke. The world is unconditional, figuring themselves out, each kingdom in their own little world, their own little bubble, and on their own little earth, creating their own little reality. It's none of your business. Your business is your kingdom. When you are looking at others' actions and other business, which is very appetital. Your ego wants to get in on it and wants to know and wants to understand, and then has all these belief systems running every day. And all of a sudden, you're going to put the brakes on that. Very difficult. Master class, though. Earning your master's degree. This is not for the faint of heart. This is very difficult to deconstruct all of your personalities. Every single ounce of you have to take apart so you can understand a relationship and represent to the world that we don't have to look at things from sides. We can look at them as expressions and understand them within me, what I am representing, and what I am representing in the reflection that comes back to me and gives me my truth. And if I don't like what my world is, I need to change my world. You don't need to change for me. Why do I have to participate in anyone else's world? I can't. I have to participate and always will participate in my world. So we have to see that. Everything is about beliefs. I want you to see that. Beliefs is your gold mine. That's why you came here, to have beliefs so you can feel a certain different way. Think about it. Here's proof. What a God think, need, want, desire, or what a God just create? What a God hope, expect, betray, feel loss, emptiness, depression, or what a God just create? See, that's what you came for, and you're getting it. That question is what you want. That's why you came here. You're getting it. You know? So I wanted to, the versions of the worlds that you create. I want to reiterate this again. You know, when you surrender to the world, when you just get so mad at it, you just want to throw in the towel and give up. Well, I don't want you to give up. I want you to give in. There's a difference. Listen to that. Give up and give in. Giving up is giving up to the outside. They win. Giving in is giving up to the inside and surrendering to your own recognition. Okay? I promise you, masters, your reality will not fuck you over. It will give you one thing, what your worth is. If you're worthy of vibrating a belief system, you're going to get the validation of that belief as well, because mixed into every single now is the change, the constant change, as well as a different choice. So when I started choosing my truth, unbeknownst to me, most of the ones I were choosing at the beginning weren't my truth. They were another part of my personality. But if I keep, and I did, chipping away at these beliefs by choosing and then discerning my own truth and say, okay, that isn't me. This is me. I'm allowed to change the relationship with these things. If I have a relationship with an expression that's egoic, it doesn't mean I stop doing the thing I love to do. I just have to change the relationship with it. That's all we're talking about here, okay? So when you start changing your relationships and behaving different, in a different expression, a different way, different choices, you become more aligned with your nature, okay? Your nature is the persona. And I don't know what I'm like. I have an idea, more and more familiar with what I'm like naturally. I'm a creator, and no matter what I do, I'm going to have the same persona expressed, whether I'm expressing a human, an Andromedan, or an aquatic. It doesn't matter. That self is going to be present. Here, it's not. It's covered up with beliefs. So if I chip away and surrender to all my truths that I created for my experience, transcend them, then I start to emerge and more of my persona is expressed. more of my nature, more of my natural self that just feels good to be me without question, without, of course, me being rejected by everything. I'm always on edge on how I look. What am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? I got this little person outside of me looking at me in my mind going, wait a minute, are you looking good? Are you walking right? Is it good? Did you do that right? Did you? And I'm always questioning myself because I was told, boy, you suck. You fucking it up from day one. I don't even know how you can survive. That wasn't a very good deal, was it? Right? People that you love reject you. That hurt, that's a belief that creates the structure, giving me exactly what I fucking came here to do. Experience separation. So I recognize my beliefs. I start to transcend them over and over again, different layers down to the cores, find hurtful parts of me, and this persona comes out. And what happens is when you choose that vibration, that authenticity, you get surrounded. And I just want to let you know it works. And what happens, and it's really cool because it's not what your mind wants. So your mind is a set of belief system of expectations on what would perceive to bring you happiness, because we want happiness, not fashioned happiness or manufactured happiness, but that's what we keep doing to ourselves through externalism, through ideology. We want the nature of us. And that's what persona development, that's what bringing out the nature of you does. And then what happens is you're always authenticating the internal resonance, so you always get things that resonate with you, and the world falls into place that makes you the effortless God you've always been, and everything just works, which also leaves the creator filled, but leaves the fractal without purpose. And that is a son of a bitch to a human, because we're all about purpose down here. What do you want to do with your life? Wait a minute. I am life. What do I got to do with it? Anything I want. I'm doing it now. Here I am. No. What are you going to do? What are you going to become? Wait a minute. I'm here. I'm existing. No. For a career. So what are you going to leave behind? What's your mark on society? Fuck you. Don't fall into that shit. If you do, it's a belief that you need a purpose. Without you, there's nothing, no one, nothing. Because you're God creating all of us. We're all the reflections of your reality. We make up your walls, your computers, your reality around you is all the gods that you created. So if you go away, everybody does. So you already count. So how the hell can you have a purpose? But humans have purposes, and that's another belief system. And that's not wrong. Of course, that's a way to perceive reality. So what happened is, here I am in this new apartment, how I slipped into this world, and everything it's just so fucking beautiful. It's so easy. It's so beautiful. It's so wonderful to be an effortless God. I lost appetites. Things that I really thought I wanted, I don't want anymore. The way I express, and here's another thing, you don't express yourself in a lot of things. You slow down and just a couple of things. For me, it might be a lot of things for you, but you will know the relationship. It'll be perfectly aligned with you without an interruption from this. You might have echoes in your mind, but you'll recognize them as emotions, and that's your belief systems going buck, 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 or this. But you slip through that and you create your reality. And that's what surrender did. Keep giving into beliefs, keep transcending beliefs, and allowing my natural self, and then expressing that natural self. I've got to learn Greek, not for a reason. If I'm learning the language Greek for a reason, I'm fucked. Because that's a posture to become more. That says this self isn't enough, but when I accomplish that, I'll be better. And that's a human thing. That's not wrong. That's a human thing. But I'm always lacking. And as soon as I achieve it, I'm no better. I'm still empty because I need the next idea of identity, purpose. And it's a cycle of just feeding the personality, the emptiness inside. because I'm not filling myself with my wholeness. My wholeness is I am. Not I am this, I do that, I need this, I need that. That's externalism, right? So we have to pay attention to that. So belief systems, Alex, is absolutely the greatest thing we can create it so we can experience not being God. We think we're our beliefs. The Republicans really truly believe that their world would be a better place, that we can wipe out anyone who doesn't look like them, and then there will be perfect. But they're so divided, they would divide themselves because they're dividing. And that's not wrong. That's a relationship of reality representing. Where's your truth? What would you like to see the world be? Not the world outside, your world. Stop worrying about the world outside. Create your world. Turn off your TVs, turn on your TVs to different channels, it doesn't matter what you do, as long as you know it's your internal truth, and you must recognize your beliefs that create your experience. So that's why we have beliefs, Alex. Because we don't have anything until we create a personality out of those covets represented by society. Sisters, brothers, mothers, fathers, teachers, preachers, whatever. And it's phenomenal. It's almost like I'm embarrassed that life is so beautiful, but not the way I perceived it. Because I have an idea. All of us, think about it. Think about a belief system of a perfect life. All of you think about what would be that thing. And that is a relationship to a feeling. Pay attention to the emotion that you would feel when you achieved that. Winning the lottery, getting this, getting married, having a kids, whatever it is. It's nothing to do with money. With money, it doesn't matter. But feel the relationship to that. Feel that relationship if it's emotional. If it's based off of a perception of then I'll be good, then you know you're looking at a belief, and that's the experience of separation. No God needs. We never need. It's impossible to need until we create the reality through separation is how we did it, to have the experience of need. It's fantastic. You're welcome, Tammy. I mean, look at the homeless. Does that not prove to you that reality works? These people don't work, but yet they have food. Sometimes they have shelter, sometimes they don't. And they live a life. They're kept alive. They get everything they need. Reality never fails anyone. If they're vibrating, this is I'm authentic, I'm accepting, I'm homeless, and this is it, they're going to get food, they're going to get shelter, they're going to get a couple of dogs, they'll get new clothes in the wintertime, they'll be kept warm. Because reality is a bubble wrapped around you and everyone else. Those representations are relationships for you to perceive the relationship you're having with the unconditional reality of creation around you. Make sense? Any questions, anybody? It's December. Christmas. Doesn't look like it. All right, everybody. My next class, I have to change it on the website, is going to start, and I'll put up a video. In January, it's you've all heard it before. It's 4 months. 1 month is each idea focus. I call it a school. The first month we would work on recognizing. Alex, we would recognize all of your beliefs. teach you how to recognize what you are doing, interpreting, creating your experience. And then transcendence is how we would transcend the beliefs, the tools and everything that would help you recognize, coupled with recognition, how to evolve that belief system into a knowing, allowing it to no longer sway you. You react, oh my God, that's horrible. Oh shit, I'm mad. That's a belief. You wouldn't do that. And then vibrational tactician is where you learn to trust yourself. You trust your intuition. Trust your I am in here, not this. Here, this kingdom, this intelligence that you are, this mastery of knowing all that is in the moment, experiencing and having the truth within you for that split second now that gives you. And then, of course, persona development. So that will start next month. I'll put out the class, and then that'll be that. I also do, if you don't want to do those, I do private classes, and they're a little tough for you. They might be, we work on you. The idea is to work on you, to offer you ways to see yourself and enlighten yourself. Everything we do is about enlightening the singularity of one is enlightened. It represents, others can be enlightened, and it represents. But each one just gets to be themselves. And that's the highest act of love you can possibly do, is to enlighten yourself. Bring the unconditional love to creation and allow them to see it within their kingdom. It's a reflection for them. And that's what you represent, the authenticity. It doesn't matter what you do or how you do it. It's that you're doing it with your utmost worthiness, your absolute, riddled by no belief systems, authentic self, persona. And that's all I've got for you today. Well, I want to thank you all for coming in this wonderful Sunday evening. If you like, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. You can consider that. And of course, as always, you may make a donation if you like. And right there on my Odyssey of Ascension. And thank you, Kevin. Good night, Eric. Booyah, Nay. Thanks, Tammy. EMC. Zinga, I love you. Mwah. Great to hear from you. Kim, Sally, Victor, Devlin. Who else is here? Athena. Hi, baby. Julie. Great to see you. James. Love you, doll. Sally. And Stephen. And whoever else out there in the chat I didn't say hi to, thanks for coming in and joining me. We'll see you all in the next now. If you need me, you can go to my website. I answer all my emails. And rock your reality, my masters. I love you all. Good night, everyone. Bye.